Hey guys, Sign Duo here. Not only mine, but facial expressions and Ryan's voice. Yeah. Before we talk about misunderstandings because of my facial expressions, not only mine, but facial expressions and Ryan's voice. Yeah. We would like to thank our sponsor for today's video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes that you can take to inspire your creativity. And recently they've been adding more ASL classes, so there's more to choose from now. And Skillshare is curated or designed specifically for learning, meaning there's no ads, and they're always adding more premium classes. The first 1,000 people to click the link in our description down below will get 1 free month of Skillshare Premium membership. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Love you. Bye. Good girl.